What's up, StarCraft fans? Welcome back to Arcade Learn to Play, or what I like to call Alt-P. In episode 2, we're going to be taking a look at Marine Arena for the EU version. As a quick disclaimer, this is not going to be a comparison video with the US version. Both the EU and the US versions are being developed by completely different map makers, therefore the games have taken two completely different splits as to how they work. Yes, they do offer similar concept and similar styles of play, however, there's a completely different set of balancing, game modes, subsets, etc., etc. So, different game, different walkthrough. Another disclaimer, this is in no way meant to be an expert guide. This is just an introductory video to get you guys informed about how the game is played, the modes that are in it, how the game's controlled, what the map looks like, and what it is in general. So, sit back, enjoy, let's go into episode 2. Marine Arena is a MOBA-esque game with a high emphasis on control and micro. The teams are broken up into 4 teams of 2 players. It goes without saying you're not going to see your typical MOBA Dota style map here. You're still going to have what you would call the off or side lanes, however they are going to be blocked off by destructible debris and offer you access to the side of your left or your right opponent. They are no longer just longer paths that eventually will reach you to the main base of the other opponent. The mid path itself is still completely wide open, offering you a splintered left or right to the direct front of your left or right opponent's base, or your central path directly to your cross-spawning opponent. Before we are thrust into the game, we find ourselves at the mode selection screen. The mode selection screen currently only has 2 particular modes open at the moment, first being Classic Marine Arena, the second one being Squad Mode. The only difference between that is that Squad Mode is a little bit more of a fast-paced version of the game. Your unit supply is set to only 600, and every 10 seconds you get an additional 10 minerals. Also, your spawn rates for all your units has been increased. Now, once you have chosen which game mode you would like to play in, you are met with the speed of the game. You are given 4 options here. The first one is normal speed. For this, you are given the starting minerals, how many saviors you will get, and your unit's supply cap. After that, you'll be met with fast speed, which has the same starting minerals, the same amount of saviors, but you'll get a little bit higher unit cap. After that, you are met with fastest speed. Fastest speed has a much higher starting minerals, you get no saviors, and your unit supply is a little bit smaller. Finally, we have expert speed. Starting minerals are at 500, you are left with 1 savior, and your unit supply is down to 800. Throughout all the speed modes, your spawn will increase as every team that is lost. Now, once we have chosen the game mode and the speed at which we would like to play it, we are then thrust into the sudden death selection. In sudden death selection, you can choose whether to have sudden death at all, or have it at 30, 60, or 90 minutes. This is strictly a player preference. The only thing it will change is the maximum time of the game. With no sudden death, the game can go on indefinitely. With 90 minutes, the max it will be is an hour and a half. Give or take 5 minutes. Maybe 10. For the final selection screen, you are met with your mercenary. You can either choose from the Zealot, the Zergling, or the Marauder as your starting mercenary. Throughout the game, you have the ability to either upgrade your starters or get brand new mercenaries. The first point we will touch on will be the control scheme of the game. Marine Arena is very simple in its control scheme. You are given the exact same amount of control you would have on any normal StarCraft game. You can select all of your units, certain units, control groups, and if your teammate allows it, you can control their units as long as they have offered control to you. The next item we're going to cover is the single most important structure in the entire game, your command center. It is your ancient of this game. Command Center holds several upgrades, ranging from your Marines' attack, defense, and health upgrades, all the way up to the ability to purchase heroes, base defenses, mercenary upgrades, mercenary tiers, etc. As previously stated, this is just a beginner's guide, so it's a bit outside the scope of the video to go into too much depth about the combinations of mercenaries, the combinations of mercenary Marines, disabling Marines, going no merc, etc. Instead, we're just going to show you what mercenaries and Marines are available, where you can purchase them, the way that the upgrades affect them, and leave the strategy for a possible later video. Now, big surprise, the first unit we'll be discussing are the Marines. Your Marines are your bread and butter of this game. They have a very high amount of versatility with several different upgrades and tech paths for you to go to help counter most anything. other Marines, mercenaries, even the heroes, the one unit we haven't spoken about yet. We will get to the heroes, but for now let's stick with Marines, move to mercenaries, and then we'll get to the heroes. Your standard Marine is a good all-around unit, but in certain situations, a bit of speciality can help. You have 3 options for taking out your Marines. The first is the Tosh Marine. Tosh has more armor and a regenerating shield at the expense of just a little bit of health. The Tychus Marine trades attack speed and range so his attacks can cause splash damage. Finally, you have the Raynor Marine. Raynor has a piercing attack with added range, giving you the ability to hit multiple units while still being semi-far away. All 4 versions benefit from the Marine upgrades and can be equipped with Stimpak. Now, on to Mercenaries. Mercenaries are specialized units you can pick up for free at the beginning, but must be paid to upgrade to another tier or morph them into half tiers. There are 4 main tiers and 2 sub-tiers. The main tiers are level 1, the tier you start with, levels 2, 3, and the flying tier. The sub-tiers are 1.5 and 2.5. Unlike the main tiers, you can unlock the sub-tiers by upgrading tier 1 and tier 2 mercs from their specific compounds. The heroes in this game are very similar to the typical MOBA hero in the sense that they are extremely powerful on their own and can easily mow down a large army. However, due to their high cost and high reward for killing, they are a very costly investment, so spend and control them wisely. Now that we have our Marines set, mercs on standby, and heroes waiting for the word to unleash some hurt, let's take a peek at the upgrade system. The upgrade system in Marine Arena is unique in the sense that it makes your upgrade purchase scale your entire army, making your purchase, regardless of where you put it, sort of worth it. For example, when I upgrade my Marine's attack, both my Warp Zealot and my Hero Ghost get 50% of their normal attack upgrade. Therefore, the Zealot receives 0.75 attack, and the Ghost receives 2.5. The same point share spreads regardless of the stat you upgrade or the specific unit you upgrade with. By that I mean if you upgrade the armor, all 3 of your units will get some type of armor. If you upgrade the health, all of your units will get some type of health. If you upgrade the mercenaries, you will get a full point for the mercenary, whereas 50% for your hero and marine, likewise for your hero. Full point for the hero, half points for the marine and the mercenary. The center of the map offers more chances to buff your marines, heroes, and army in general with the help of shops. The center has 4 shops, 2 unit shops, and 2 arena shops. The unit shop houses advanced mercs that you can use to supplement your army. Again, we can probably go over more of this in an advanced tutorial. The arena shop houses upgrades for your marines, like attack speed upgrades, and attack bonuses towards heroes. The arena shop also houses upgrades for your heroes. For my ghost in particular, there is a damage and a cooldown buff available. Speaking of heroes, as a final note, they all seem to have the ability to be upgraded for a hefty price. By doing this, you will greatly increase their strength and skills, however it takes some time and the hero will be completely vulnerable. So try not to do it in the center of the map. Now, due to the fact that there are multiple teams in the game, there's a chance that a team will try to flank your base while you're off fighting elsewhere. To buy yourself some time, you'll need to deploy some base defenses. Your quickest form of defense is the auto turret, a deployable turret similar to that of the Raven. Another relatively cheap form of defense are the racial defenses. You can deploy a bunker from the Terrans, the spine crawler from the Zerg, or Protoss cannon from, well, the Protoss. Keep in mind you can only have up to 3 of these racial defenses up at a time, so either 3 bunkers, 3 spine crawlers, 3 Protoss cannons, or some combination of the 3. However, that only counts for your side of the field. Your teammate can also have 3 of them themselves. You'll also have support towers at your disposal. The support tower is a sensor tower you can spec into a specific use. The support version is a tower that has a healing beam, transfuse, and scanner sweep. The anti-unit tower has spells for taking out large groups of enemy units. And the final tower, the anti-hero tower. This tower is used to focus down the opponent's heroes with massive damage and targeted abilities. Next, you have the command center. The command center can be changed into a planetary fortress, changing it into a large splash cannon attacking both air and ground units for insane damage. If some of your missile turrets have been taken out, or you just want some more, you can build up to 3 around your base, assuming there aren't 3 there already. Each of these defenses are affected by base upgrades. Armor, attack, HP, all can be raised by using these upgrades. If all else fails and you're staring down a monstrous army, you can unleash your Savior. The Savior is an insta-kill unit that annihilates all units within its range. Keep in mind you typically only get 1 Savior, so use it for a drastic moment. End of the game, huge army, super rush, something like that. Alright StarCraft fans, we covered a lot in this video, but there's still mountains to find. Be sure to check out the forums at marinearena.info for strats, tournaments, replays, and basic updates on Marine Arena. while you're there, say hi to the devs, let them know how awesome Marina Arena is, because it's pretty dope. Anyway, thanks for watching. Do all the YouTube stuff to the video. I'll see you in the next video. Later.